Hey guys, Julie the Oracle here. Today I am doing something a little different. I try to do different stuff all the time. May seem like the same thing, but it's all a reading. But I'm using more intuitive cards. This is for the Sirius Tarot on Etsy. So these cards obviously are AI generated, I think, but they came from Turkey. They're very beautiful. I love how rainbowy and colorful they are. So I decided to make a whole theme with like all the cards being very colorful. So there's a reason I chose the decks I did today. And I let this card speak to myself. Like I want them to speak for, not myself, hello. I want the cards to speak for themselves. And this has to do with your intuition. So today, the cards are telling me like, this is what your intuition needs to know. Or you can ask yourself, what is my intuition trying to tell me? So what is your intuition trying to tell you for the immediate future? And this could go farther out for some of you. Just keep in mind that intuitively, I can say that you guys, if you're following this right now, if you found this, you're an intuitive person. All of you. You already know. I don't know how your body tells you, your mind, your soul, but you already have a way, whether you feel it in your gut or you have a knowing sense, or you feel it in your skin, or it's just kind of a picture in your head, or you hear something. There's so many different ways to get messages in this world intuitively. So you guys already know in your own way what this means or what it will mean. So it's going to resonate with most of you. Some of you, you beat to your own drum. It's going to be different for you guys too. So take what resonates and leave the rest. So what is your intuition trying to tell you? First, we have the Seven of Swords. We have the Two of Wands. We have the Page of Wands, the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles. So let's see, we have cups and wands and pentacles and this. Okay, we're pretty well balanced here. I don't see anything missing. We're a little heavy on wands though. So I see that there is a lot of creativity, a lot of passion, attraction, desire. There's a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of movement happening for you guys. And I could say this movement can be physical movement, or it could be, you might be moving. But I can also say movement can also mean progress. And you're making a lot of progress in your personal goals, your personal life, whether it's a new job or relationship. So maybe you're just flowing along. But it's heavy on the wand, so it's heavy on the creativity. It's heavy on the intuition. Wands are all fire, baby. My Leos and other fire signs out there. Sorry, maybe I'm biased because I'm a Leo. But my fellow fire signs and I are represented well here. So, let's start. Seven of Swords. So this is usually my deception card. Seven of Swords can speak to its thoughts and communication, our swords, our air. This can be how you speak for yourself or you don't, or you might be hiding your thoughts, your feelings. You might be hiding what you really want to say. So for some of you, what is your intuition telling you? It's telling you that you either need to speak up and speak your mind, assert yourself, tell the truth. You need to come clean about something. If it's not you, for most of you watching, you probably have this inkling that it's somebody else in your life. True. So somebody in your life could be doing this too. So I'm going to switch it around. I'm not going to always assume that it's you guys, but if you came here looking for something about your gut telling you something, this is your confirmation. Seven of Swords. Somebody is not being honest with themselves or with you. It doesn't have to be nasty in any way. It could be. If you know somebody might be talking behind your back, they might be lying to you, or, they're in a place of insecurity and they just are taking it out of you, lashing out at you, whatever it is. And maybe they're doing it behind your back where you're not supposed to know, but you're intuitive, like, So that Seven of Swords is there telling you, be aware that someone has got you on the tip of their tongue. Someone is not having the greatest thoughts about you, and it could be from a place of insecurity, not feeling good enough. And what do? People like this are not healed, and they they lash out. They take it out on people because they're jealous of what you have, or maybe you're doing really well and maybe they want what you have. And it's like, you got to go out and get it for yourself. You can't just sit there and be green with envy. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. And I love how beautifully, like, these cards are just, they're gorgeous. And I love the colors, how beautifully the colors are splayed out. Or they're like glowing. They make all this round shapes everywhere. And some of them, they're a lot more subdued because there's like an image in the court cards. And there's a lot of like golden halo color in a lot of these too. Like the sword here is almost lit. It almost has a flame at the top. So, I mean, the tip of somebody's tongue, that's kind of what I'm getting with that. But you know, because you're already getting it, you're feeling this. You're feeling it, and you know who it is. You probably have a pretty good idea. Maybe it's a friend or family or coworker, somebody that's not happy because they're not happy in their life. So, and yours is going so well, they just want to bring you down. I mean, they have their reasons, and I'm not saying it's right. It's not. We should lift each other up. Do we? No. No. People want to covet what other people have. And the Seven of Swords is saying that somebody is not happy and they're not. They need to be honest with themselves that they need to stop doing what they're doing and get better. I think that somebody is talking about some of you. Not for all of you, but some of you. And then, but your intuition is also telling you about something else. Some of you are getting told that someone's not being honest with you, but they're not being honest with themselves. And this has to do with their feelings, their thoughts about you, that maybe their feelings for you in a romantic sense are growing. And they don't know whether they should tell you or not. Or, I get this card a lot sometimes. It's not that. I think that some people don't want to admit it to themselves. So they're not. In your case, those of you who are listening who know that you're picking up that somebody's, got feelings for you, but they're not telling you because they're shy or they're not ready or whatever the reason is. I'm getting that they're not being honest with themselves. They're not ready to acknowledge those feelings yet. You're just going to have to give it time. You can't force it. Some people have been through stuff and they're like, no, I don't believe this. They're in self-denial. You're going to have to let them stay in self-denial, but all you can do is be the loving, supporting friend that you are, or a family member, or whoever it is. Oh, I hope it's not a family member. But this doesn't have to be romantic either. It could be amongst friends and family too. When I say that, some people are going through a rough time right now. We are coming into the holidays, and a lot of people have seasonal disorders and mental health issues. Sometimes it's depressing to be alone, or it's depressing because they just don't feel the excitement and the joy of fall season, or of the, Halloween's coming, or, Christmas, or any of that. Some people don't react the same way as others. They don't have it, look forward to it because it's different for them. For a lot of you, you're like, oh, wow, me and my friends are going to go out to haunted houses and do stuff. Or I'm going to take my kids trick-or-treating. Or some of you are like, we have a big family coming for Thanksgiving. Or we're going to have a big family Christmas. And we're going to open gifts and do all these things. And unfortunately, there's a lot of lonely people out there that don't get that. They don't have enough family left, or no family at all. And they may not have a lot of friends. Or their friends go off with their families and they don't have anybody. So, note to self, like, if the holidays are coming, and if you really love it and you have people in your life like this that they're not willing to admit how lonely they are right now, or they're maybe hiding how much it hurts, if you can sense this, reach out to them. If it's okay to have a Friendsgiving or a Halloween party with friends, or if you know that they're lonely, invite them over Christmas, or invite them over to enjoy Christmas Eve or something, where they don't have to be so lonely. Say, hey, come on over, it's going to be family, but your family, come join us for dinner. Don't let them feel left out in the cold. That's the best thing I can say with that. I'm getting a lot off the Seven of Swords because it's not all like horrible liars or anything. I don't want people to think that. In some cases, yes, it's going to pinpoint a liar, but it all depends on your unique situation and what you're going through. So if you're the type of person listening to this and you're picking up on somebody that's not being honest with you or being dishonest intentionally, you can tell the difference whether it's intentional or where it's just like, oh, they don't want to burden anybody with their feelings. So just keep that in mind. You know, in your heart, in your soul, your gut, whatever it is that's telling you, you know exactly what you're feeling. Your intuition is telling you, know, you've read it. You've already got the knowledge. You just have the knowing. You know whether it's intentional, not intentional, and what you need to do about it. So take the appropriate action. That's what I'm going to say. Now, the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands can speak to a lot of movement. I think of like moving away, or moving to a new place, or moving on to a new job, or moving on to a new relationship. It's moving somewhere. But it also, the Two of Wands, and there's only one wand here, but it speaks to planning, strategizing, deciding what you want and where to go before you go. It's all about that preparation of, oh, I want to do this, but I want to make sure I get everything in order before I go do this, because you're making big plans. And the Two of Wands says that you're making big plans. And it's funny how this one is just one. So it's like maybe you're strong enough that you don't need two wands. Or the Two of Wands is represented because you have both hands on the one wand. And, you know, to me, that says balance. So the Two of Wands is a way of you balancing out, and you're deciding what you're going to do, but you're going to do it right. And you're going to do it balanced. You're not going to allow yourself to teeter-totter. And you're going to make sure that if you're going to head into this new direction, this new adventure that you want to go on, you're going to do so with your firm grip on your two hands on your wands. So the two wands, it's like you've combined them. You don't need to carry that heavy of a load. You're ready to take it all on. You're strong. You're confident. You're just ready to run off the cliff like the fool. But some of you are making big, big plans, and your gut instinct is telling you, you got this. Your intuition is saying, I've got this. You're strong. You're independent. You're confident. What are you waiting for? Go. You got these plans made. So start getting the ball rolling. The wands speak of movement, so it's time to move. And I don't mean like you have to physically move somewhere else unless that's what you're wanting to do. But it's time to make movements. It's time to take those actions towards it. And, you know, start pushing forward, making that progress. And it's funny, I can kind of relate that back because I always forget. There's a technique that I found that I really, really think is wonderful. Not everybody has to use it, but sometimes it comes in handy to revert back to the major arcana in tarot. Seven is the Chariot. So it'd be the Chariot of Swords in a way. So somebody might be weaving a web of lies over here, and they think they're making progress by weaving, but you're weaving this tangled web of lies that's eventually going to get broken. It's all going to fall apart. You're going to get caught with it. And other people, they're the Chariot of Swords, like you can't go forward. I know these are all upright. I'm just not simply reversing them. It's just easier for you to see on camera that way. But I can read this as a reversal too if I wanted, or in a way like even sideways or like a mirroring effect. I could read it as you're not making any movement. Your Chariot of Swords is not moving forward because you're holding back your feelings, or they're holding back their feelings. So the more they hold in, they're not going to make any progress that way. It's bad to hold things in my opinion. I'm not a doctor or anything, but I don't like to hold things in because when you do, it eats away at you and you just feel worse and worse about it after a while. They really need someone to talk to. And in order to like feel better, to make progress in life, into personal growth, and to push forward in your life and make new friends and feel like you do have things you can go do where you don't feel so lonely, those people I talked about here, they've got to start reaching out for help, or even just to talk, or, that's why I say if you intuitively know, then just invite them and insist they come, and then give them the extra attention that they could use right now, because they're probably not wanting to bother anybody. But you make them feel welcome, it's going to really do a great deal for them. Just show a little bit more love and kindness and compassion to them. And And I only reverse back to refer back to that 7 as a chariot, because I go back to the 2 of Wands. And 2 is, let's see, the 2 is the High Priestess. Yeah. High Priestess is all about, that can be someone withholding their knowing. Some of you know that things are going to work out just fine. You already have a knowing on these plans are doing. You want to take that next step. It's time to move. So take action. If you know that it's right for you, then take it. That High Priestess has that intuition. She knows a lot. And so she knows which moves to make and not make. So follow your intuition on that. And I love how it's kind of grayed out in yellow, because yellow is all about the solar plexus. That's your gut instinct. That is your intuition speaking. So there's quite a bit of it here. And then the Page of Wands. Wow. I don't have major arcana for the Page of Wands or anything, but the Page of Wands, pages are messengers. So this is a wand that's moving. It's sending a message. Wands can be energy too. So, you got to put more energy into it. That's pure energy. That's that opportunity, that passion that you have, that energy. It's a strong energy. So the Page of Wands is sending a message. So for some of you, you're getting messages. And you're getting intuitive messages about the things that you need to do. You might be getting messages. You're getting messages for other people, some of you. So you may be called to convey those messages to others, kind of like I'm conveying this to you. I know that sometimes you're like, I should not say that. I should not say that. But when these things pop into your head and you get these channeled messages, the Page of Wands, there it is right there. That messenger telling you, hey, this message is, I'm giving you this energy, this message. You need to send it on to this person. And you usually get that when you're around certain people. You'll meet somebody, be talking, and all of a sudden you get this message. Some of you are channelers like that. Or you get clairaudient messages, or you'll get an image, which is also a message. And you're afraid to bring it up. You're not sure, especially if you live in a place where it's frowned upon or you're deemed evil because you can do this. No, don't leave that shit behind. You have, some people call it a gift. I have a friend, my mentor calls it a grant. At least while we're on this earth. Whatever you call it, you have this ability. And if you're called to bring a message for somebody, like, you don't want to not do that. It might be something that they really need to hear right now. And even though they're acting completely normal, we don't know what they've been going through. So as long as you can find a way to be gentle and tactful in conveying this message, whatever it may be, they're going to receive it better. I mean, I can't say that everybody will, but you're called to try. Because if this is what you're meant to do, you're going to be called to give these messages. And people will start to notice, and they'll start to want you to give more messages. And I think it'll start flowing through you a lot differently. So your intuition is like, oh, I got messages for you. You need to start giving these messages out. And this could be as a psychic medium or as a channeler, or this could be messages through tarot or an oracle, things like that. Some people just have this knowing, they're just good at it. You might be getting all the clairs lit up. You might be feeling something like, ooh, I feel like this. Like, are you feeling a certain way? I'm feeling pain here. It just depends on what the message is. But if it comes on strong, you're meant to convey it to whoever that is that it's meant for. And you'll know. The Knight of Cups is usually about a love offer, or it can be about self-love as well. Your intuition might be telling you to love yourself. That's something that's really strong right now. It's a huge message, and a lot of people have been getting it because we don't love ourselves enough sometimes. It's been a year of growth for myself and learning to love myself and to feel good enough and like, hey, I'm freaking awesome. I'm awesome, and anybody would be lucky to have me in their life, whether it's friend, family, or romantic. My family already knows they're lucky to have me. But I didn't used to believe very highly about myself. So I don't want to sound like I'm tooting my own horn or sound like I'm being cocky, because I'm not. It's just a matter of confidence, and we have to have it. I'm not perfect by any means. I make my mistakes, but I am an awesome person, I'm smart, and I'm beautiful, and I deserve to be treated with love and respect from those around me. And I deserve my happiness. And you do too. And things turned around for me after I stopped being down on myself so much. Because I spent many years like where I got bullied and everything else growing up. It was really hard to believe that I was worth anything. But I am. I'm not worthless. I'm not useless. I am worthy of love. Everyone is. I'm worthy. I deserve and demand respect. You know, people should earn it technically too. I would say if I do something disrespectful, then I don't. And I would hope somebody would call me on it if I cross some boundaries, you know. But sometimes people will cause problems with you because they want to shrink you. And they want you to shrink down and be nothing because sometimes other people's insecurities and things make them lash out in a way that in order for them to feel big, they have to make you feel small. And I've had this happen by all kinds. So-called friends, family members. I've even been gaslighted by former partners. I've been through the abuse. I've been through that kind of stuff. I don't like the verbal stuff at all. And it's not right. People should love you for who you are and they should accept you. And it's okay to set boundaries. And if I cross a boundary, then they need to let me know so that I can back off and be like, I'm sorry. I will respect that. But they need to respect your boundaries too. And some people will push you to the limit because they will try to demand your time or your attention. And, you know, if you start to think for yourself and you start to be confident and stand up for yourself, they'll get bigger and meaner and louder. Like they will do everything to start screaming and yelling to shrink you down. They want to scare you. They want to make you intimidated. And it's time that stopped. You know, none of us deserve that. We deserve to be communicated with in a healthy manner. So if you're being called to love yourself, I don't know if some of you are going through this right now, whether it's friends, family, relationships, whatever and whoever it is, you deserve better. So love yourself first and foremost. And this goes back to speaking up. When I said speaking up with the Seven of Swords, if you're not speaking up because you're afraid, then you're not speaking your truth. You're not being honest with yourself. I'm not calling you a liar necessarily, but I'm just saying, like, you can't make any progress in your chariot, if you're too afraid to speak up in certain. So some of you being too afraid, don't. You're going to have to learn. And if you need to go get therapy or counseling or whatever it is to help you get stronger in your voice, I highly recommend it. I'm almost on my way out of therapy now because I've made enough progress that they're wanting to discharge me, probably within the next year. I still have some things to work on, but I've made so much progress in a year that they just, they couldn't say enough about it. And it makes me proud because I'm like, I did the work. I've done the healing and I still have more to go. And it motivates me. So do what you got to do, but don't forget to love yourself at the end of the day. And as we go on to this, this Ace of Wands here, I like this. This is more wands. The Ace of Wands is all about that opportunity, That Ace of Wands can also be like the spark, the match that lights the spark of attraction between two people. So, I mean, if you got a message coming in for some of you that someone's got feelings for you, and maybe there's some plans here to maybe tell you, your intuition is telling you that this person might be coming back to you and the message is coming in, or they're communicating with you in some way. They're trying to bring you the truth, the offer. When they feel comfortable, they're going to show up and be like, hey, I need to talk to you about something. And they may they may tell you how they've had a spark of attraction to you and they want two of you to be together, Two of Pentacles. This can also be a twin flame card. I'm not saying it is. Twin flames, divine counterparts, or soulmates. You know how it goes. And then it doesn't have to be any of those. It could be a regular old human-to-human relationship. But this person might be coming in for you. And your intuition is telling you like, hey, don't do anything rash. Don't be impulsive. It's just like, let them come when the time is right. It's all like a divine timing thing too. You know, everything happens within time. It's how it is. They'll come and they'll be like, you know what? I'm in love with you and I'm attracted to you and I desire to have something more with you than two strangers or than to be friends or whatever it is. You meet and you're like, this person's like, ever since I met you, they just really, really want more. And if you want more, then be receptive to it. If you don't, be honest. Don't get yourself trapped in anything you don't want to be in. This person could be pushy too. You never know. There's always that one guy or one girl or somebody that's pushy. Or like they get too wrapped up and they want it now. Don't let anybody love bomb you or rush you on that. So just when it's right, it's right. If it's not right, again, I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know. I'm just confirming and validating for most of you because you already know. But this Ace of Wands could be a new opportunity too, and it doesn't have to be a romance. This could be a spark of creativity where you just got something up your butt about wanting to do something different. Change jobs, or maybe you want to start a new project. Maybe you want to remodel your home. You might want to be like, oh, you know what? I want to learn to cook better. And you might start cooking or baking. It could be anything. It's the wand of opportunity. So it's like, hey, okay, lit a fire under your ass. Get up and go. It's like, go do it. Go have fun. Go take those salsa dancing lessons, you know? Learn how to blow glass. Learn how to reupholster your furniture. Like, do those things. Those are some of the most creative things that we can do for ourselves. It gives us more skills under our belt and it gives us something to do. And class time gives us a way to meet other people and socialize. And there's so many positives about it. I would just highly recommend go do it and enjoy it. You might find a new hobby out of it, or it just might be a way for you to get out and learn something new. If you're like me, you love to learn and you like to learn new things. Take that art class. Go to one of those paint and wine classes and learn to paint something pretty. Because they always have like interesting things. Like, I don't really want to paint a buffalo or anything, but I love the ones that are more nature-esque, like the forest and the hills, or they always have one that's got these beautiful like trees, and then you have the moon kind of hidden behind it. I like those. Those are ones I would love to do, and I've never been, but with you guys, I think I might just go right along with you and try something new. That's something I always wanted to do, besides dance classes. So, and I did take belly dancing, and I loved it. You can get addicted to that. I've taken yoga and taekwondo. Find something new to do in your life. Like, if you have nothing to do, maybe you're feeling like your gut saying, hey, you've been sitting at home all this whole time. It's time to get up. If things are going well and, you know, you have your own place and you're making good money and you're just like, I need to meet some people. I need to meet new friends, or I need to get with my friends and go out and do something at least one night a week. And even if you don't like to leave the house, you can go on Meetup and take a slew of all kinds of classes on there. It doesn't have to be spiritual either. They have all kinds about starting businesses, or they have art classes online. You could do art from your own home and just, it gives you a way to socialize with other people while you're doing the art, but you're doing it together. So you're not alone. You're just doing it from the comfort of your own home. So you're going to get up and get a snack or a drink or use the restroom and come back and be like, hey, I'm still here. I'm still painting. I'm still drawing. I'm still doing stuff. I've done it and I've actually enjoyed it. There wasn't a lot of people when I first started, but then it grew. And then I ended up painting a couple of different things, and I like the art. If you like art, I would highly recommend it. I think it's Art and Wellness on Meetup. There's quite a few now because I think it's sort of like a chain group. I'm going to say a chain group because they have those groups are representative in like different cities and countries now. So you can find whatever's in your city and go to it. There's in-person events to go to. I'm just saying there's opportunity is knocking, and your intuition is going to tell you like, hey, you need to do this next. It might be guiding you to meet people or to make connections, because networking is going to help you whatever the next step is in your life. You're going to meet somebody that's going to take you to the next level, or they're going to introduce you to whatever the next level is. Like, oh, hey, I found this great opportunity. I thought of you. You should go. When people do those things, it's almost like the angels arranged it themselves. The universe has aligned it for you. You know, all of this stuff came together for you for a reason. So do not hesitate. do not hesitate to make the movement with the wands. And the Two of Pentacles, I think this is, besides what it meant with reading this in a romantic way, but the Two of Pentacles itself, like when it talks of making money, like career, it can talk of home and house. See, with the Two of Pentacles, most of this, if you think of like the original picture in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, is somebody juggling. And the water behind him is like really topsy-turvy kind of, it's choppy. It's like, you know, when your emotions are choppy and things like that. So some of you are still weighing. I don't know if you're weighing choices, you're weighing beliefs, you're juggling work and home, like that work-life balance. Maybe you're juggling and one's heavier than the other, and you're just trying to find a way to find balance. Your intuition is telling you to find that balance. And these two, like, there's one on top of the other, but the one on bottom seems very strong, so it's able to endure the one on top. If you look at it, it's just more solid, and this one seems like it's weighs lighter, but and it's not the traditional looking pentacles, but I think it's really cool. And I love all the colors in here, and they can represent the different chakras and things like that. But there's so many rainbowy colors. It's beautiful. A lot of turquoise and stuff in here. But there's a lot of like the purples that are muted in here that, you know, you have the yellows for solar plexus. The purple is for like the ajna or the third eye. That indigo-ish color where you're getting the images that you're seeing, maybe images of the future or something of that, or those images are showing you like what's next, that next step that you're supposed to take. So listen to that. I say listen, see that, but listen to it if you're clairaudient. You might hear it too. It might be like, hey, do this. You know, there's a voice in your head that tells you like it's time like to take this step to go forward with this. So you're juggling. This Two of Pentacles, you're trying to figure out how to balance them out. And so if they weigh evenly, like you can carry them both. But if one's heavier, it just kind of bogs you down a bit. It's kind of interesting. So your intuition is telling you to do a lot. It wants you to balance out. You might be, you know, there's a time coming for those of you watching this, and since it is more intuitive, and more of a psychic aspect to it, there's a time coming where a lot more people are starting to awaken with their to who they were, who they are, you know, all their psychic abilities, their intuition is waking up, and you're realizing that there's way more to life than what's just here in the 3D, what's in front of you. It's more than just fact and science now. All those things that's hard to believe in, well, people are starting to bridge the gap to those things, and we're starting to see that there's a lot of things out there that we can't explain. And life and consciousness and spirituality goes so far beyond this. We've barely scratched the surface of what's there. So the Two of Pentacles, you may be waking up and it may be saying, hey, it's time to stop with this heavy 3D world. It's time to get more into your spirituality. You may be called to open your gifts more. And that means reading and studying and watching things about it, and maybe going to more spiritual type classes, metaphysical things, you know, learning about crystals or doing tarot readings and oracle readings, or you may be like sound healing and bathing or crystal light therapy. There's so many things, and it's all kind of wild, but all you can do is go and learn about it, experience it. There's Reiki healing. There's, oh my gosh, there's so much. I'm losing count. And there's more than I haven't even covered. But there's a lot of different divination too. You know, you might be naturally intuitive and psychic. If you lean more into it, it's going to open a whole new world for you. Once that door opens, though, it's open. You can't go back after you start figuring out things, after you start knowing things and learning the truth. It just kind of blows your mind a little bit, like wide open. Not a little bit, just a wide open. And you realize like anything is possible. Possibilities start growing, and you start knowing more and more about people and things around you, and you start seeing and hearing, but you're not crazy. No, you got to remember to try to stay grounded, and the more you learn about it, you can grow spiritually, and you can grow to like adapt and be comfortable with it. You don't have to fear it. You don't have to let it overwhelm you. It can be at first, but anybody can adapt to this, but you're being called because you have a special purpose in this life, and it might be to help others. And most of what we've been called to do is help others. I've been called to share my gifts with the world, and here I am trying to share those gifts as best I can. And I'm still learning and growing, and I'm really grateful that all of you are on this journey with me. And some of you that are on Meetup with me have seen me grow over the past year, and others have yet to see what I can do. So, and I don't even know what all I can do yet, but I'm learning every day. And so can you. So I encourage you, if you're like, oh, I don't know about this, I don't know if I can do it, I can do it. I just learned tarot a year ago, about 13 months. If I can do it, you can do it. That's what I'm going to say, like 13, 14 months now. Well, when October's over, it might be 14 months. But I have, and I've done a lot of the work myself. I worked very hard to do this, but I've also, and I haven't controlled a lot of it. I have been having transformations and spiritual growth and dreams and all kinds of things have happened to me. I've done a lot of growing over this past year, but I've allowed it. I've surrendered to it, and I've allowed it, and it has changed me for the better. In my opinion, it has helped me grow into hopefully a better person. And, you know, the things that don't serve me anymore are starting to just fall away. And I'm heading towards a very bright future. And I have to say, you know, even though I've done all this work, it wouldn't have been without some of the wonderful people I've met in the spiritual community on Meetup, and my mentor being one of them. Like, I still say, my best friend and my mentor, teacher, you know, I appreciate him teaching me, because I don't think I wouldn't be here because I didn't know that I could do tarot. I'm like, oracle cards? Yeah, sure. But I was like, oh, tarot is too complicated. I don't think I can do this. Never say never, guys. That's going to be the important thing. Never say never, because that's kind of how it is. But he taught me, and I am forever indebted. I am forever grateful for him teaching me. And this man still teaches me. And he's still teaching me intuition on top of the tarot, on top of oracle, on top of everything. Just trusting it, even without the cards. So I am still being taught by my mentor that I'm very grateful for. And as I learn to, I'm just absorbing it. I learn and I grow. And then I adapt things to the way I do things and make it my own. Because that's exactly what we're supposed to do. So I hope it was helpful. I hope this was helpful in the messages that you did get. But there is oracle to be had here. And I love this. Okay, I'm getting several different things. So with the Moonology, I got a new start is coming. It's a new moon. Isn't that great? I think we just had a new moon. But I love the purples and blues again, because this is telling me about the white. This is all like throat chakra. You're learning to speak up, speak out about, you know, shed those limiting beliefs and speak out about what you believe, and speak out, you know, assert yourself. But the purple is all about that knowing. The white is the crown. The knowing, the clairs, you know, the things, the messages that you're getting. Very, very important. But I like that the new start is coming, because there's an Ace of Wands. That can be a new beginning. So this new beginning, a new opportunity, whatever it is, your intuition is telling you to go for it. And then I love this, because I just finished talking about self-love. This is from the Dream Oracle cards, and it says party. And I love that it has similar colors. There's some rooted, there's a lot of green for the heart chakra, but there's this white, all this knowing, but it's very spiritual, but I love the purples and blues in it. It says party, celebrate yourself. So we're learning to love ourselves and celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself, go out, learn something new, learn to start balancing and enjoying life, and not making it all about having to work 24/7. You got to learn to have fun, to play. That's going to be very, very important. And then with your Halloween Oracle, you got the underworld, where all things pause and begin again. That's good. That's kind of like things are growing and changing in your life right now. You may be heading towards an awakening of sorts with your intuition, which means that things may slow down. Like, I've been really tired and resting as I've been spiritually upgraded, and I'm still being upgraded, and I'm slowly getting some energy back. But it's like life kind of pauses, and it's going to start again. A new beginning, a new start is coming. And I love how the fruit, there's seeds, so the seeds are being planted. I mean, all things pause and begin, the underworld. So things are changing in your life. So if things seem like they've been stagnant and dull, there's been a lull in things for you, it's about to pick back up. Things are going to change. And the advice that's given, try to take some of that advice, or that, I say advice, but this is your intuition. I'm just telling you what your intuition is saying. So listen to yourself, because your own intuition is guiding you, and it doesn't guide wrong. So follow it. Trust it. Follow it. New beginnings. I'm using a Rumi card. I'm not reading from the book. I was once recommended to throw away the books and just use your intuition. This says, the impossible made possible. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's got all the same beautiful colors as this card. All the colors are kind of in all the cards. Wait, look at that. The world, and there's just knowing it. It's beautiful. The impossible made possible. So if you think that it's impossible, never say never. That's what that card is saying. Good things are coming. And just trust in yourself and go with the flow. Go with the flow. And then I pulled a crystal card. You got petalite. I hope I said that. Not pedalite, but petalite. It looks like it's a very pale, pale pink. It's beautiful. I'll show you a picture in just a moment. Let me read this. So petalite. This angelic stone was used by shamans to provide a safe environment around them as they explore the spiritual plane. With its very high vibration, it's excellent to use during sleep meditation. It can help you reach back in time and heal old family wounds and trauma. That's kind of an important thing. And I really love it. They can be on the spiritual plane. That's something to have, especially if you have dreams or you astral travel or things like that. You'll figure it out if you do soon. Your color card ended up being coral. Allow flow and synchronicity into your life. It's number 18. 18 reduces to 9. 9 is like attainment. That's like, 10 is an ending. 9 is where you get everything that you want. So the abundance is flowing in. Things are about to change for you, and you're going to start getting what you want. You're going to start having these new things happen, and you're going to feel more fulfilled. But yeah, flow. Let it flow. The synchronicities will come, and you'll start to notice what those are. You'll be like, there are no coincidences. There's synchronicities. So definitely important. And then I went ahead and pulled a mediumship training deck card. I know it's for mediumship training, but I think that these cards can be important in other ways too for people, not even if you're not doing mediumship. A lot of us have the same abilities with the clairs. We just never know how we're going to get the message. The card you pulled is clairsentience, and I love it. This is the feeling. You feel things in your body. I tend to be very clairsentient myself. So let me read this to you. Clairsentience is the most natural of all the psychic senses. It is the ability to sense the emotions or feelings of other people, animals, and your surroundings, as well as spirit people. Don't underestimate the power of clairsentience. It can assist you in all areas of your life and enhance your connection with spirit. Our bodies act as one big psychic antenna. When meeting someone for the first time, most of us have a gut response, or when walking into a room, it's possible to feel vibrations. When a medium is working and using their ability of clairsentience, they're able to feel or sense the spirit's energy. Whether it's male, female, young, or old, and the nature of the illness that might have taken the spirit to the other side. The medium should be able to describe the spirit's personality and their mannerisms, and in some cases take on the characteristics of the spirit. This is the most common way most mediums work, and there are no limits to what the spirit can make the medium sense. Clairsentience is felt through the solar plexus center. You can strengthen this ability by practicing daily. Focus on your solar plexus center and ask yourself what you're feeling. Be sure to do this when meeting someone new or making an important decision. When you start asking how you're feeling, tuning in to your solar plexus and paying attention, this psychic ability will strengthen and grow. So that's clairsentience for you. Now that would have been the end of the cards, but I decided there's one I wanted to pull. I like to pull a Kuan Yin every once in a while. She is like the goddess of the divine feminine. But these cards no doubt will speak to you. I promise you they'll speak to you. It's always a beautiful message in these cards. So, knock on the cards. Let's see what message What message, Kuan Yin, would you like to give? Let's see. A message for this reading. Whoops. Now I'm dropping them. Every once in a while, too many fall out. And I can only take one, so... But let's see. Don't want to drop them on the floor, but whoop, there we go. Hold up. Okay. So what message? What's the advice for this reading? Oh, one of them came. Oh, it came out. It fell on the floor, so it was meant. This came out twice. You got the Empress of the Pearl. Okay. The Empress of the Pearl. You have an inner gift of great value, born of struggle, adversity, and challenge. In wisdom, you know that suffering can lead to growth, provided you are willing to search for a way to heal through it. Seeing challenges as ways to expand your spiritual light empowers you to focus on your growing light, rather than getting caught up in suffering. Beautiful. You have your gift, so overcoming your own personal limiting beliefs, your struggles, just know that inside of you, you are a beautiful person inside and out, and that you have these abilities. We all do. It just depends on if you choose to lean into them. It opens doors. It opens a whole new world to you. So if you are willing, listen to that intuition. Find your tribe, your people, whoever it is that's going to show you the way. Because you will find the right people will come to you and you will learn. So I hope that this helped you guys. Until next time, guys. Bye.